what's up? You're watching Veg, and welcome to episode 2, or rather chapter 2 of Dirt 5's career. We left off at the end of the first chapter in the last episode, just because I wanted to make every single episode its own chapter, so that's what we're going to be doing. And let's get back into career mode for Dirt 5. Now, these are all the races we did for chapter 1. It doesn't actually really tell you when you go to the next chapter until you do that. You don't have the bar anymore telling you're gonna go to the next chapter, but it does change color, and depending on the color, that's how you know you're in the next chapter. So that's the only way I can really tell. So we only have one race that we can choose from, which is Jinzilong Forest. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Feel free to correct me if I'm saying that completely wrong, but I'm assuming it's Jinzilong Forest, but again, feel free to correct me. This one is with a 90s rally, one of my favorite eras of rally, so we're gonna do that one. Now, really quick, the only reason we're not doing the icebreaker is because of the path that we chose. If I want to do the icebreaker, I don't have to do the sprint and then the land rush and then the icebreaker. So you are kind of pigeonholed into a certain path unless you have these brackets where you can just kind of choose, and then you have to go choose one and then you get to kind of like choose like that. So that's kind of how those little lines in the brackets work. So let's jump into Jinzilong Forest with our 90s rally. I have 3 choices thus far for 90s rally. I am going to unlock every single car eventually, but for now we're gonna stick with the favorite, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6. Okay, I'm excited. I've only done China a handful of times. I don't really remember how many times I've done it, but when I first got the game and I jumped right into arcade, I did this a lot because of the bamboo. I wanted to see how it looks like, and look at that, so beautiful. There's one thing about this game, the graphics aren't what a lot of modern games are. That's definitely not what it is. But it's very arcadey, and the environments themselves are very, very pretty. Especially that bamboo where we passed by. I love it. Like, this is one of the most funnest games. I feel like I haven't said this enough. It's one of the most funnest games I've played in a really long time. Just for the sheer like casual racer, especially just to have fun with a racing game. I haven't played a game like this in quite some time. I could say, because I started with Need for Speed, that would have been a very fun game, and it was for very much for Need for Speed Heat's shortcomings. It was a very fun game, but just for rally, a lot of games are missing that rally element for me, and I just love rally so much, and this brings it so much. It brings it in spades, and it just, like, I cannot get enough of this game. I'm trying not to play more than I intend to for the most part, because I could play this game for hours and hours on end. I could have honestly already finished this game, but I'm trying to hold back from consuming too much of the game and just kind of ruining it for me. I'm trying to just kind of like play it as sparingly as I can, because otherwise I'm gonna blast through every single nook or cranny of this game, and in a week it'll just be like, it'll be over for me. I don't want to do that. I just want to enjoy this game for what it is for as long as I can. So that's the only reason I haven't been releasing like more career episodes per week, just so I know that like I have some way of pacing myself, because otherwise it's just gonna be so much. So for the most part, I'm just doing a lot of time trials, trying to do top 10 laps on every single type of car. So I have a top 10 on 90s, I have a top 10 already on 80s. I don't have one on classic, I believe, and I don't have one anymore on modern rally, because some of y'all been picking up the game and really putting up some times. Now, one thing that I did notice, someone on GT, now we're gonna win this as I'm talking, someone on GT posted a 2-second time, and I don't know how Codemaster's gonna handle that, but a 2-second time is obviously not legitimate. But we won this super easy. Jinzilong Forest, super beautiful, especially at night with the lanterns lighting up. That's super good. So moving on from here, like I said, because of these brackets, we can choose
Welcome
which
back
one
to
we
the
go.
Dirt
Oh,
Podcast by Donut
we got
Media.
James.
It's me, James Pumphrey, and as always, I'm joined by my handsome co-host
Nolan Sykes.
Thank you, I'm flattered.
It is race weekend, people. Toot toot! We got
Toot
Jamie
toot.
Chadwick on the line, coming all the way from Nevada. W Series champion, everybody. No need for an intro. Jamie, what is going on in the land of dice and desert lizards?
Hey James, how are you? Yeah.
Dice and desert lizards. Oh, Nevada, of course.
Obviously a little bit noisy, but it's the big race coming up this weekend, and honestly, I can't wait.
Yeah, it sounds super noisy out there. Are you racing?
No, sadly not. It's a rare weekend off for me, but yeah, I'm here supporting AJ actually. I've heard he's going to be out practicing soon, so I might go try and sneak a little look if I can.
Oh, AJ, close personal friend of the show and myself. He came to my wedding. Don't mean
Yep,
to
yep.
brag. So
I
you're a
didn't
big
know
fan
James
as well?
Pumphrey was married.
Massive fan. Guilty as charged there. I think he's so exciting to watch. He's, yeah, really one of the crowd's favorites. I also love.
I know he has a tattoo of a ring right here on his ring finger, but I don't know he was actually married.
So, Jamie, you're known for your open wheel racing career. What is it about the dirt that attracts you to the sport?
I think what I love is the unpredictable nature. You know, you're always racing.
A lot of
on different
F1
surfaces,
drivers also do
everything's
rally.
changing, There's such cool features. There's jump. For us, I don't want to say it's boring.
Kubica
but it's
comes to
very,
mind,
very sort of
especially,
monotonous,
since he had
always
that
the same,
major
whereas
accident.
I love the fact it's always changing for you guys in dirt, and yeah, it's so cool to see. It makes the racing that bit more exciting.
Speaking of unpredictable, AJ is known for a slightly unpredictable, some might even say risky style of driving.
You gotta take
How do you
risks.
think
In
that
rally, you gotta
plays
take
out
risks.
in the heat of competition.
I mean, it works for him. I think that's the thing. For some drivers, it just doesn't work and they crash out and they have incidences. But for AJ, he seems to manage the risk really well. He calculates it and he gets away with it. And it's cool to see him go for gaps that I don't think exist, but he makes it happen. And yeah, it's why he's brought in the big crowds this weekend.
So you think he's going to do pretty well this weekend then?
It goes without saying for me. I'm obviously in Nevada. I think if I were to put my money on anyone, it's on AJ. And yeah, fingers crossed he can have a good race.
Now moving on to the other side of the coin, a guy on the top of everyone's mind, a little guy
Is it
named
us?
Bruno Duran. What
Oh,
are your
it's not
thoughts
us.
on Bruno?
I mean,
This is
Bruno's
actually a
got
really
lot
long
of
interview.
It goes without
I gotta say that.
saying.
This is a long
Love or
interview.
hate him, whatever you think. He's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but I mean, he's got talent.
Little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, but he's kind of like a, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of a,
Yeah, but come on, everyone has different styles, and no
I don't know
one's
what they
gonna be
mean.
the same. Not everyone's AJ, sadly, but yeah, everyone's got different styles, and this is the way he's gone out to get results. And yeah, all credit to him, he's driving well.
Well, Jamie, when you hang up your racing gloves, I think you should run for office because you're very good at not answering questions.
Having someone who is a
Alright, we won't
previous
disparage you too much.
race car
Jamie
driver of some
Chadwick,
sort
thank you so
in
much for
office
calling in on
might
the
change some
show.
things, especially in
Have a
California.
lovely weekend off in Nevada.
Don't lose all your money.
Cheers, thanks guys. Big fan of the podcast as well.
Thank you so much.
Jamie, Chadwick, everybody, we're going to take care of some sponsorship stuff and we will be right back.
Oh, sponsorship stuff. Okay, so is that it? I still see a bar. I'm not sure if it shows up. Okay, so speaking of sponsors, we do have a new sponsor. So we have K&N right now, and we are able to pick up a new sponsor. Should we pick up Donut? I think I want to go with Donut. What is it? Perform 10 jumps, podium finish in 5 events. Very easy to complete the Donut sponsorship. As we go on, we could also see that some other sponsors are still locked to us, including Monster Energy, Michelin, Motec. Is Monster Energy the only one that is available? Ooh, Thor is on here too. Also Sparko. It looks like Monster Energy is the only one, although I don't specifically go for Monster Energy. I go for 2 different other options, but you know what? Just for this, we're gonna go with a Donut. Okay, so we swapped over to Donut already, and now we get a choice. We already did one in China, but now we can go on to Yulong River. This is a cross race. I'm not sure if you can see that. My camera's kind of blocking it. But this one over here is in the Himalayas at Namche Bazaar, Nepal, with cross rate and super lights. So we have options right there. I don't particularly like super lights. I'm just not really into buggies. But just to do something different somewhere else, we are gonna go with Namche Bazaar. Now, we do have some cash, so we can potentially buy a new one. let's see, not enough to get the fight. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but I do want to buy this one eventually. Even also the BMW, I want to buy that one. As far as these go, we can afford most of them, if not all of them. You know what? I think we are gonna go with the buggy, and I'm just gonna splurge just a little bit to buy the ID buggy. So let's buy that right now. Brand new rally car. As far as colors, we do have some options. We can unlock more at different ranks. Ooh, look at this one. Look at that one. We're gonna go with that one. I've never used the ID. I've done a race right here already, so I'm sort of familiar with the race itself, but I have not at all used the ID. So this is a first for me. If I lose, oh well. If I win, that's great. So yeah, like I said, I don't really like buggies so much. I think the handling is a little wonky. Although right now we are in the snow, and there seems to be a very much a lack of traction. It feels more like the traction that you get in Forza right now, which is actually quite interesting. I think I could use this to my advantage. Being familiar with the Forza type of traction where it's just like you're driving on ice constantly, I might be able to squeeze out a third place here, if not a second place. So it looks like the other buggies have great acceleration, great cornering. This one, I'm slipping and sliding a lot. It feels more like I'm drifting more so it feels like it's heavy on the rear wheel drive. I didn't check the drivetrain for this car, so it does, I'm gonna assume this is rear wheel drive, though we'll check after the race to make sure. Though I am in first place now, so that's pretty good. I'm really hopeful on this. This is actually a really long track, and it's 3 laps. I'd imagine this being more like 2, because we're not done yet. We haven't even approached the finish line just yet. So this is a little bit of bridge right here. Let's see how this buggy does in acceleration. I haven't actually really looked at it, and it seems to have a ton of acceleration. That guy right off the map, I looked at it and he crashed. So too bad for him. Now we're approaching finally the end of the first lap. There is a lot of track to this. So there's a ton of track. There's a ton of room for mistakes, though. There's a ton of there's a ton of track wide, like a lot of width. But that also just gives us a lot of opportunity to make a mistake and an opportunity for the AI to pass us in career. I do believe we're playing career on very hard, if not hard. So I'm not really sure. I haven't really checked. The last time I checked, it was on very hard. So I'm assuming that's the case. Although I have experienced some weird issues with Dirt 5 changing some settings, and especially the difficulty. So if it's not on very hard, then we're gonna have to eventually go back and change that again, because it's, you know, we're also looking for the challenge of this, and I'm hoping that I'm playing this on very hard, because right now this is kind of easy. We're crashing right there. We did turn a little bit too much, although I was thinking I was gonna crash a little bit harder than that. Though they are catching up now due to that crash. There's one thing about this game is that the AI will catch up if you crash. That's one thing you have to really keep in mind. The AI will catch up if you crash. Now, at this point, I'm just trying to find out things to say, because this is such a long track. This is such a long track, and I'm noticing we didn't complete the little things on the side, the little challenges. We could let him pass us, or he might pass us, and then we might drift overtake. I'm surprised I haven't done that already, because he is right next to us. Let's see if we can do a little... He crashed again? Okay, so they crashed again. They seem to be trying to pass us on the outside, and they keep crashing, although they're catching up really quickly. And I think they crashed again. You're not seeing it on screen because they're right behind us, but on the map, if you look, they are crashing left and right, trying to pass us. Not sure if we're playing a little defensively. I mostly just kind of trying to race here, but this guy is trying to pass us at every corner. And right there on the inside, is he gonna crash again? Oh, there he is. Okay, so I think this might be our opportunity to do a drift overtake. Nope, we crashed right into him. No drift overtake. So hopefully we do finish in the top 3. I'm gonna try to get the drift overtake. No promises though. He is passing us right there. We just performed 10 jumps right there. Drift overtake? No drift overtake. It seems they're making too many mistakes that we just pass them before we can do the drift. And honestly, one of the features that I do hope that Codemasters does implement is some sort of skill system that we get points with. That way we could like work on rep and stuff like that, because for the most part we don't really know, we're just sliding or we're drifting, and I don't really know what constitutes drifting in this game because we don't get a notification. Something like that would be pretty cool. Even just saying drift or, you know, good pass or something like that, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. And it seemed to have crashed again, and now it's just an easy race as long as we stay in the front. Though those buggies are much lighter than we are, and they do have really great acceleration. Let's see if they crash. I'm trying to pay attention to the map and see if they crash again, because they seem to be crashing right there. I don't know why those poles are there. It is wet, but there seems to be puddles everywhere. There's no poles right there. I'm wondering why they put them right there. So this is it, the end of the third lap. Geez, this track is so long. I don't know why they decided to do 3 laps in this one. It feels like an eternity rather, to be honest. So 5 minutes 33 seconds right there with the ID buggy. The top ones was the Baja Beetle. I'm gonna have to buy the Baja Beetle. That I didn't think that was gonna be that fast, but it did put up a challenge, so we're gonna have to buy that next.
Keep the aggression, because that'll help you get the wins, but just make sure you don't push things too far.
Okay, AJ, I will keep that in mind. I don't think I was pushing it too far, but I do actually think we can push it a little bit further.
How do you feel about a slight detour? You know, something a little
Oh, a throwdown.
extracurricular. I know the answer is yes, of course.
Oh, of course.
What I like about you, you got hunger. So I got this concept for you. It's called a throwdown. Sounds cool? That's because it is cool. A throwdown is like a challenge, a one-off challenge.
Okay.
See, us superstars like to keep each other on our toes, so we like to throw down a little skill check. And guess what? You've been tapped for one. Funny how this keeps happening. I say something, then it happens. I don't know, maybe I'm a wizard.
Okay, so it seems like we're going to be doing our first throwdown. Completing certain actions unlocks special events. Throwdowns access them from the dedicated tab. I've read that as decided. I don't know why. So we do have various different throwdowns. Let me read this real quick. By selecting a throwdown, you can take part to beat your rivals. Okay, throwdowns look like normal events, but you will get unique rewards instead of stamps. Throwdowns aren't unlocked like normal events. Do your best to get invited. So it seems like completing certain things unlock throwdowns, and there are various different amount of throwdowns. Let's count them really quick. I know I already counted them in a previous episode, so let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It seems like there's 13 throwdowns. That's quite a few throwdowns. Now, for now, I'm not gonna do a throwdown. I'm gonna save those things for their own their own episode, because these could actually take a while, and then just make the episode a little longer than I wanted to. So just for the purposes of this, I'm gonna have throwdowns on their own thing in the future. So look out for the first throwdown that we are gonna do, the alpha, eventually coming out maybe later after this episode, so just keep on looking at that. Remember to subscribe so you can be notified when that is out. All right, so now we have another 2 options. One is Dryer's Gate, which I love. I love the look of this map, the snow, and just the Aurora Borealis on this thing. It's so good looking. But we also have Tijuca Forest, which is a pre-runner and X-Raid. That is an option. It is Brazil. However, the Dryer's Gate raiding party does give us the option of an RX Rallycross option or a 90s rally, and I cannot just ignore 90s rally. I have the option of a 90s rally. We're gonna go for that. So we're gonna use the Mitsubishi again for this one. I really need to make a new livery for this one. I keep forgetting to make a brand new one for this one. Okay, it doesn't seem like we got snow this time. I didn't check out the conditionals, the weather conditionals, but it seems to be evening, sometime in the evening with no snow. That's kind of disappointing. I really like the snow in Dryer's Gate, especially in Norway. But we do get a bit of tarmac. And honestly, this game handles so well on tarmac. I'm surprised. Oh, we just traded paint. I actually rear-ended M. Davison over here. That's not exactly trading paint. So position first, right there. We got to keep it up. We didn't do a drift overtake. Sadly, I did hit the e-brake, but no drift. Again, I do wish they would tell us if we're drifting or just like a jump, some sort of combo multiplier. For some reason, the car lost control right there. But let's see. We're gonna follow M. Davidson right there. See if we can do a drift overtake right over here now that we're back on the dirt. Oh, again, we're just too fast and no drift overtake. All right, let's try it. We got 3 laps. We got 3 laps to do this. No drift overtake again. We just seem to be going too fast. We're too good at this. So another one. Let's see if he'll pass us. I'm wondering if he'll pass us. All right, he's right behind us. Let me slow down a little bit. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm slowing down on purpose. All right, now he's in front of us. There's a good corner coming up. Let's see. That was a drift, but okay, no drift overtake. It seems the drift overtakes are gonna be a little hard to do, especially since we seem to be going really fast. I'm trying to do my best to do the drift overtake, but nothing right there. All right, this one right here. Come on, come on. I definitely drifted, but no drift overtake. Okay. I think I'm just gonna race. I'm not gonna get that drift overtake. So I think our best bet is just to go ahead and race. Because I don't know. I'm so confused as to what it wants for drift overtake. It seems to be a lot easier in the dirt. But besides that, just no drift overtakes. And he crashed again. The AI might need a little work right there. They seem to be crashing at corners, especially if they go on the inside. They go a little too much on the inside and they crash on corners. So now that we can actually concentrate on driving rather than doing the drift overtake, it seems that they have quite a hard time keeping up. So I do hope for maybe a little bit more tweaking on the difficulty. It seems that on some difficulties the AI is too easy, especially on normal it was far too easy. Hard is a pretty good one. Very hard, at least for me, it does provide some challenge, but once you get ahead on a good car, you just pretty much stay ahead. So I'm hoping in the future there is some tweaks done to the difficulty, especially the challenge. I crashed right there, and due to driving a Mitsubishi, which is one of the better cars in 90s rally, especially in at least in that class, they have virtually no hope of catching up. Especially in straightaways, we just have too much acceleration. This car is just too good. Even though I'm pretty sure that car is an Escort right there. Trying to look at the map, not even concentrating. And yeah, the only car right behind us is that Escort. And that's pretty much it. As long as we concentrate, he won't catch up. Just has no chance. Sadly, I'm kind of bummed that I'm not able to do the drift overtake. I'd rather have like a jump overtake because those are much easier to do. You can plan those up ahead, especially with a jump. If you know one's coming up ahead, just plan it, jump, pass, and easy peasy. All right, one more turn right here. After that, it's over. Got fireworks again. I really love the look of the fireworks and the confetti. Okay, so we unlocked an icebreaker. Ooh, we got James again.
Okay, stop. What you're telling me is that Peter, aka Slap Train, the dude
Slap
with
Train.
the nerves of steel, went from the YouTubes to the drift cars. This brave dude got freaking scared by a squirrel.
Come
A
on,
squirrel?
guys. I appreciate it all. It was an angry-looking squirrel, though, James. I mean,
Oh.
you guys weren't there.
Yeah,
Alright,
they
man.
are scary.
Yeah, sometimes they're rats with bushy tails.
Rats
But-
with bushy tails.
But time
Never
to
heard
get
that before.
serious, all right, let's bring it down. This is why you're on the show. All right, we gotta ask. What do you think of Bruno Durand?
Okay.
That's not
I knew
me.
It was gonna come.
What are you
Figured,
mentioning
right?
me?
Let's get serious about it.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
the
been
main
beefing
character of
with
this game.
everyone
More
lately.
about me.
He's ruffled
More
some
about,
feathers out there,
you know,
especially James's.
what was it,
but he's
Berserker?
Driving on the track, like it backs all that trash talk up. So, are you a fan?
Am I a fan of Bruno Durand? I mean, in a way, yes. It's hard not to be impressed by his run of victories. I mean,
Absolutely.
he said he'd do it too.
Yep.
Now he's dominated in the Dirt Moto Series his whole
Dirt
career.
Moto
And now
Series.
he's showing he's mastered the four wheels too. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot help but be impressed. And to be honest, he had to do something. I mean, you watch him in the Dirt Moto Series, just wasn't doing it for him anymore. He wasn't getting any joy, no satisfaction out of it. So what does he do? He throws a little baby fit. He yells at a couple of reporters after a couple of races, and apparently that's all you need to get a top seat in the Dirt Off-Road Series these days.
I'm gonna go yell at some people.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What?
go yell at some people.
Maybe I should go yell at some
maybe
people.
I could be a race car driver.
I did see that it's dirty, it's gritty, but the gamble paid off. And yeah, I do enjoy the attitude. I don't really think it's entirely sincere though.
Ooh, juicy.
Ooh, drama,
A little
drama.
Spicy in here.
So you're saying it's a bit of an act then?
I mean, to a degree, he's already established in another motorsport, and now he's dominant in this series too.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that this dude does not lack is confidence. So I'll
It's
give him
starting to
that.
feel more like a podcast than a racing game at this point. Come on, let's get to the racing.
He gets in your head, and he gets that mental edge over you before the race is even started. That's a strategy.
Yeah, one he's used his whole career before he switched over. And that
They
goes
seem
for
to be
nothing if they
doing
don't
a lot
back
of,
it out
like-
on the track.
Exactly, and he does though.
A
That's
lot
the
of in-depth like
problem. But be
story,
sure,
like
we all
there's
wanna
more
know how he
involved
reacts to a
with like
loss.
these
What
racers
is he
than there
gonna do?
really is. But
Exactly. You know,
for the
that
most
is
part, I
just as important to
don't
any
know who
champion, to
Durand
any sportsman.
is as far as the
winning,
game
I don't want to say
goes,
it's easy, but it's easy after
because
you
like
won.
I haven't
What's
seen him in the
really
game at
hard
all,
is
so it's kind of
after
weird
you've
listening
lost.
to this
So
about
who
James
do you
Durand.
see
If
beating?
I remember right,
I've thought of it a few times,
But
it's a tough one.
it seems
but I
kind
got
of
one in
weird.
mind,
It
and
seems
I'm
kind of
gonna give
weird.
another option
It
that
seems
I'm
kind
not
of
too
out
sure
of
on,
place,
but
to
hey.
be honest.
Cool.
I'm still
Yeah, we're
listening
all
to
ears.
this though.
Yes,
First, I'd say AJ.
of course.
Why have we not seen them in the main event together yet?
Yeah,
Why?
that's a good question, man.
Again,
I think there's something
AJ, it's
behind
another one
though.
that we
There
haven't
has to
run
be.
into.
I mean, if you think about it, there has to have been an opportunity somewhere down the line.
I know you would think that, but then you look at all the main events and it just never came. And here's the thing, when has our boy AJ ever backed down from a challenge?
Right? So there's AJ, and I think he actually wins that matchup, and maybe that's why we haven't seen it yet.
Yes!
I like that this has turned into a conspiracy podcast. Who else you got?
Okay, wait, before.
So,
right
okay,
before,
so this is
maybe
part of a
somebody
podcast?
emerges from the smaller teams.
Exactly.
Was-
exactly. That's what I'm
was
thinking.
this just
We've
part
seen
of a
this before. Someone
podcast and then
shows
just put into
up
the
and they bring
game?
Something a bit different, something fresh.
'Cause a lot of
something-
this has
something
nothing to
new
do
we've
with the
never seen
game.
before.
Sauce.
Like at
Yeah,
all.
A little sauce, a dry.
Yeah, AJ and Durand, I haven't ran into them in any races.
Whether that's a skill.
So
or a
it's just kinda
style or
weird that this is
whatever.
here.
And I wanna
It
point
does have
out
to
that
do
it's
with-
very
with
much
rally
like
and
what
dirt,
Durand
but
has done. But this person,
it just seems so
I don't
out of
necessarily
place.
think has to be established in another motorsport.
No, exactly. You got me thinking about some sauce, though. A little bit of honey barbecue goes a long way right now, right? But somebody up.
This is also running really long. Yo, guys, come on. Let's get to the racing. Let's get to the racing.
Keep an eye out on that talent.
So I gotta ask, how do you like your chances?
I've thought of it. I mean, to be honest, though, it's easy, right? No problem.
Also, I
I'm
have
gonna
not
leave it to
ran
you.
into
I'm a bit
Slap
busy
Train
with the game.
at all, so
All right, man. I like your style. Watch out for those squirrels before you get into any race cars. We got to take care of some
appreciate it.
sponsorship stuff. We'll be right back. It's the Dirt Podcast by Donut Media.
okay. So they're just at first there was a lot, like early in the game over here, in the first chapter there was a lot revolved around us, and now it just seems like they're just talking about AJ and Durand, and I gotta be honest, it's kind of taking me out of the game. It's the whole I'm into the whole podcast thing, but it's really taking me out of the game, and it's starting to be a little much. I'm gonna listen to everything. If you don't like it, if you want me to just skip this, I'll cut it out of the video. Just leave that in the comments if you want to hear this stuff. I know I was talking over it. If you want to hear this stuff, I'll leave it in the videos. If you don't care about it, I'll skip it. I'll cut it out of the videos unless there's something important, then I'll leave it. But other than that, it seems to be going just a little too much. So now we have another race. We have Icebreakers, which we have a 90s rally or a modern rally at the Roosevelt Bridge in New York called Fire on Ice. But we also have another one in Norway. So this is just a circuit. This is just a circle with modern rally. This is technically the same thing. They're both on ice, so you're gonna be slipping and sliding on both. However, the sprint is more like your NASCAR type thing where you just go around in an oval and that's it. Icebreakers presents more of a challenge. I think I'm gonna go with Icebreaker on this one. So hopefully the next chapter has more to do with us. This one has been kind of like sidelining us a little bit too much, and it's starting to get a little bit old, guys. It's starting to get a little bit old. So hopefully it changes up a little bit. Let's go with Icebreakers. Let's go with Icebreakers, and we're gonna go with 90s Rally on this one. And you know what? Let's select this car. Let's edit this a little bit really quick. I'm gonna keep the pattern. Let's go with the color. I'm gonna keep that the same. I'm gonna change this layer to more of the layers that I've been using in the colors. So we're gonna go with that one. That texture, we're not gonna go with texture. Red, we're gonna go with a little bit. Let's see, this one right here. Yeah, that one. We gotta do the main sponsor, which is Donut, right on the side. Where are you at, Donut? There it is. One big donut sticker right there. And right there. Let's make sure they're about the same. Let's move this one a little bit down. I think right there. That looks about even. That looks about even. If you have a keener eye than I, you could... Oh, actually, let's move it just a little bit right there. That looks pretty good. I like it. The big donut flag right there. That's good. That's really good. So let's save that. All right. So I heard that each decal that you put on your car gives you 10 horsepower. We have 4 new decals, so we should be getting about an average of 40 horsepower plus the wolf decal that we put on the side. That's an easy 50 horsepower right there. So all in total, we started with about 400. We should have almost 600 horsepower now with all the stickers that we have. We also have someone in the back. I didn't notice that. I actually did not notice that. So somebody that can do math in their head, count all the stickers and count all the horsepower that we get from each sticker. So I'm thinking we have at least 1,000 horsepower right now. At least 1,000 horsepower, right? At least. Even though we're about 8th place right now on this. Let's concentrate. I'm trying to get up in front. I feel like I've done this track. I feel like every time I've done Icebreakers, it's been this track. So I should probably jump into this track in arcade and really practice it, because Icebreaker is the only one that I haven't really focused on. Mostly just because it's a fun concept. Oh, wow. That lining was incredible. I'm not sure if it's going to translate to the actual video, but the snow here with the fireworks and the lining right there was... Visually, that was really good. Really good. I'm impressed with that. But yeah, I just lost my there it goes again. I'm having some kind of ADD right now with the lightning going off. The lights. Whoa. That's so good. I am being taken out of the race right now just by the environment. Wow. Oh my God. I hope you guys are into this as much as I am, because that is incredible. I don't even care if I don't get first. Whoa! I don't even care if I get first place or not right now. I'm really into the environment right now. This is really good. I think there it goes again. There it goes again. We haven't gotten a lot of lightning or a lot of rain in California recently, and the last time we got lightning, sadly, it caused some fires, and it was really sad. Because it caused some fires, and fires are a really big problem in California right now, and it's kind of sad that lightning, something so beautiful as lightning, caused something so tragic to happen. And it's just one of those things, but being able to enjoy it in game, knowing that it's not going to cause a natural disaster, it's good to enjoy it. It's good to enjoy it. It's hard to enjoy it in California because, oh, there it goes again. Just because it could potentially cause a natural disaster here in California just because of how dry it is. 6th place is the worst way it's done, but the environmental, just everything going on, the lighting, the snow is actually really incredible. It's hard not to be impressed by this game. Yeah, some of the graphics aren't that great, but other things in this game are just so beautiful in this game. I'm not sure if that's gonna be, losing that, is it gonna be enough for us to go on? No, it is. Cool. So that was just enough for us to go on. It looks like there is a minimum per per final race to do. So we need 30, we have 31. So no matter what, whether we win or lose the next race, we will get it. Rock, we have one new thing called Rock Bouncer, and then we have the option of Hypercross on Meteora Ruins Greece with an 80s rally or a rally GT. Meteora just makes me think of Linkin Park's album Meteora, which was a really decent album, but we haven't done Rock Bouncer just yet. I know it's a type of buggy, which makes me think I'm not gonna like it, but since we haven't done a Rock Bouncer circuit or anything just yet, and I haven't done it myself just yet, we're gonna go with Pathfinder with the Westman Rock Bouncer. So we only have one option, which is the WS Auto Racing Mudclaw. This is a fictional car. It's only one, and you can only design the color of this one from what I know. As you can see, there are no more options, so I think you can only realistically change the color. So let's find out what we can do with this car really quick. So only one pattern, and it's just a solid color. It's either no pattern or one pattern. Can we even do, let's see what we can do with this. Texture doesn't come out, and I don't know what's changing. Oh, that's it right there on the side. You can only change that on the side, so we're just gonna ignore that one. So let's start this
What's
up.
this Pathfinder event all about?
You gotta be real brave or clinically insane to want to race on these tracks.
Or
I
both.
think a bit from column
Brave
A
and clinically
a dash
insane.
from column B is ideal.
Pathfinder features the most
I gotta agree with Nolan.
off-road terrain in the whole dirt off-road series.
That's right, it's just you, your custom-built rock crawling machine, on-point navigation skills, and the unforgiving march of Father
Okay.
Time.
Father who?
Father Time is the personification of time. In recent centuries, he is often depicted as having a beard. James, you have a beard.
Oh my god. Am I?
You're always wearing a watch as well.
I am Father Time. Behold,
I have a
my
beard,
power over
and I have a
time
watch.
itself.
Am I Father Time?
What are you
Am I
doing?
Father Time?
Manipulating time itself.
I don't think you are, James. Sorry. I think you're just James.
Who is this James? I only respond to Father Time or
His timelessness.
Why are you always late?
Why are you always late? Is that the end of it? Why are you always late? So, okay. That's a weird place to end it. All right, so let's go jump into our first Pathfinder. Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited to do Pathfinder, knowing that it isn't an actual race, it's just a time trial. So, our first time trial is going to be at night. This is my first one. Okay, so to get one stamp, we need to do it in 1:30. The handling of this thing is a little weird. So 2 minutes for 3 stamps, 3.5 minutes for 1 stamp. All right, so let's concentrate. This is rather strange. The handling, what is this? All right, let's restart this one. The handling on this is really odd. Really odd. There's something going on to where I can control it mid-air, and that just does not make sense. So we'll have to be careful with this, because this is really interesting. I've not done a rock bouncer yet, so let's be really careful with this. There seems to be a lot of grip going on even in mid-air, which is kind of taking me out. It's a little weird, just a little weird. So let's be careful. We don't actually need to earn any of the stamps, because we can go on to the next race. We have more than enough stamps already. So at this point, it's just trying to figure out what this is. This does remind me a lot of like rock climbing, and I know a lot of people like to do rock climbing with Jeeps. Ooh, straight up, all torque right there. I would actually like a modified Jeep to do rock bouncer with, which I think would be a pretty cool idea. Like I just said, a lot of people do like to do rock climbing and just this type of thing with Jeeps. And I think I don't think I'm wrong in saying that I feel like a lot of people would love an option of a Jeep to do this with. It would bring kind of like the homegrown just approach to doing this, and just really bring in just a lot of fans of Jeep that love doing this. And I don't think it would be a bad move. I don't think it will be a bad move. I would love it myself. So it seems that the environment is changing. Woo! Oh, okay. So now we got in the river, back into all torque, back into all torque. Where are we going after this? Where are we going after this? All right, hard left, hard left, and I'm not sure we're gonna get. We're definitely not gonna get 3 stamps. I feel. Even as we are doing a lot better progress this time around. Oh, whoa! What's this? We completely dominated Rock Bouncer on our technically first attempt, second attempt because we restarted, but we got all 3 stamps. This is actually quite fun, but quite difficult. I gotta say, this is actually a lot more difficult than I anticipated it being, because I just did not know what to expect with Rock Bouncer. But now that we do know what Rock Bouncer is, I think I have at least some approach to this at the very least.
I'm James Pumphrey, and it is the Full Dirt Podcast by Donut Media. And today we have my close personal friend, some might even say brother.
Ooh, another Pumphrey, huh?
What's up, dude?
I don't get the co-host title.
Oh, AJ.
No, man, sorry. My co-host / practically brother,
Practically.
AJ.
Happy to be here, man.
All right,
It's a
man,
brother
let's
from
get
another
straight
mother
to
and
it.
father.
The elephant in the room.
Right.
That elephant has a name, and it is Bruno Durand. So I don't
Again
know whether
with Bruno
or not
Durand.
you
I called him
caught
James
the
Durand later, like earlier in the
interview
episode.
this is
But okay,
hot
Bruno
off the presses.
Durand.
So,
What's the
I'm gonna
deal
play
with
the
this?
just
Are we
getting
gonna
straight
find out
into
what the
it.
deal
I'm
with
not
Bruno
gonna
Durand
be
is?
in there at all.
Does he have to do with the throwdowns? Once I do the episode for the throwdown, we'll know more. I think. I feel.
This is a dramatic reenactment.
But they're bringing this guy up a lot, and it's just going away from us playing the game as the main character of this. And now we're just kind of playing a game and listening to a podcast on the side. It's oh, so that's him.
Yeah, dude. How's that make you feel?
No.
Again, I just feel so taken out of the game with this. I do like that James and Nolan are part of this game, but I feel like this just
I mean, he's getting the wins.
It's
I think
a
he's
little
just
weird.
backing it up, you know?
Yeah.
It's a little
he's getting
weird.
The wins, but I mean, have you seen those wins? Have you seen them?
I've seen
no,
this.
I haven't because he hasn't been part of this.
It barely raises the pulse. I mean, I look at him and I gotta wonder. I mean,
I'm gonna have to
is
look
he
him
having
up
fun out there
outside of doing these episodes outside of the game, because I'm genuinely curious now who Bruno Durand is and what does he have to do with the Dirt series, because we haven't run into him like at all. Unless I've been missing something and he's been like one of the racers. He definitely hasn't been winning every single race. He's won maybe one race every like 6 races. But
I just
yeah.
don't see that from Bruno.
I mean, but you gotta admit, AJ,
He's
you
right
gotta
there.
admit
He's
it's
talking smack
impressive
about Bruno,
seeing
too.
This guy come from racing bikes in the Dirt Moto series, and now he's just destroying in cars.
It's impressive, but racing is racing. You
Yeah,
know,
so that was
about
another one right
nerve,
there
it's about
with,
skill, it's about keeping
mentioning
calm under
Dirt
pressure.
Moto, so
I respect his
are
background.
they gonna do
I
a
know
motocross
he came
dirt
up
game?
hard,
That
so
would be
did I,
very
but,
interesting.
yeah,
I don't think
I'm
it
not seeing
belongs
some
in
sort
a
of
dirt
prodigy
game like
here.
this one by itself, like a motocross game.
All right,
Could be
so
fun.
The big question.
Could be fun,
all right,
but as
if
far
the
as like
chance
dirt
came,
or something with cars,
if
I don't
this
think it would
trash
be.
talk is all just to rattle
Especially
you,
if like somebody just
how do you
wants
see
to
the 1v1
like
going down?
play
I
like a
think I know your
4-wheeler like
answer.
dirt game, and then they're forced to do like a motocross thing. It's just one of those things where you just don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do
I'm
that.
confident, you know. I'm game. I'm up for it because I know that all of this is that clip is that's just Bruno bravado. It's all tricks and hype train, and I know how this thing works, man. I wasn't born yesterday.
Dude, you certainly were not. I don't think anyone's gonna accuse you of being born anywhere near to yesterday. I gotta get the sponsorship stuff out of the way, but then you're not done, dude. I'm gonna
All right.
pursue this line of questioning.
All right.
All right, it's cool that they have the podcast stuff, but it's just bringing me too out of the game. That's one of my very few complaints. This podcast thing keeps taking me out of the game. Okay, so let's move on to the final races of this chapter. We would have Acceleration Main Event Land Rush, but we didn't take that path. Instead, we have Rally Raid in Greece with either a 80s rally or super light. So that's Kalabaka Town uphill Greece. Or we also have the option of Acceleration Main Event Ultra Cross with an 80s rally or a classic rally at Cape Town Stadium, South Africa. Now, we have done something in Greece already, and that was in one of the like the quarries, if I remember right. And since this is a town, I do want to do it just to really like get out of a quarry in Greece. But we also haven't done anything in South Africa. Let's go back and check it out. So, have we done anything in South Africa? We have the option of the lion's head. We didn't do that. Besides that, we haven't done anything in South Africa. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Ultra Cross South Africa at the Acceleration main event at Cape Town Stadium. So we're gonna be doing a stadium rally right here. So we have a lot of options. How much money we have? We have 168,000, well, dirt dollars for the most part. We can't buy a new car. We can buy the Ford RS200, but if we're gonna go with the modern or the classic rally, we could buy ourselves a Lancia Stratos, which has a performance marking of S or a handling of B. Let me move this camera really quick just so you can see this right there. All right, so let's go back over here. We have the option of buying a Porsche 911 SCRS Rally with both A performance and A handling. This one has poor handling but S performance, so these two kind of even out. And then we also have the Porsche, which has poor handling, okay performance. If I want to go the classic rally route, I think I would go with the Porsche. Let's see what we have with 80s Rally. The last one we have is the Peugeot with a B performance, but amazing handling. This one has okay performance, decent handling. This one has okay, pretty decent performance, poor handling. It seems that the best one is the Porsche 959 that I was driving just on stream. So make sure to catch me on stream if you want to see me do the time trial stuff. You can just follow me at twitch.tv/VecEasy, capital V, capital E, capital Z, VecEasy again. You can catch me right there. But just for the sake of doing something new, a new track with a new car, I'm gonna purchase the Porsche 911 SCRS Rally. All right, get ready. I'm excited. New car, new track. All right, I've only used one Porsche, so the other one handled beautifully. Let's find out how this one is. Those races seem to have hit the wall and crashed out a little bit. Not us. I'm not sure if it was just a bit of the AI just malfunctioning right there, but close quarters right here, a lot of cars. We are drifting. We did get the drift and trade paint right there. So we got to move on to first position. Stay in first position. So we got three laps to do this. 3 laps to do that. Perform 10 overtakes. So we completed that one again. So easy to do the donut one. I'm really loving it because you also get a loyalty reward. You do get a loyalty reward for sticking with your sponsors. And it seems right now that we can only do one sponsor. I was thinking that you can do multiple sponsors, but every time we select a new sponsor, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems that we can only do one at a time thus far. I'm hoping that we can do multiple sponsors in the future somehow. I really do hope that's the case. So let me know in the comments if that's the case, because I would really like to have multiple sponsors so we can do multiple things at the same time. In most of these Codemasters games, in Dirt 4, in F1 2020, which I still have to play more of, you can do that very much so. So I'm hoping that's the case eventually with this game. So let me know. I don't care for spoilers. I don't care for spoilers. By that I mean that if you spoil something for me, I'm not gonna care. I enjoy things regardless. I play for the entertainment. So let me know. You can do it in Invisible Ink. You know, do it in like a font that doesn't show up or something. You gotta highlight. Just do it. Or do like, say, spoilers down. Make us click, so we can like avoid spoilers. I'm not sure if having more sponsors does constitute a spoiler. I don't see it myself, but other people might disagree. Just for the purposes of those people, you know, you can do a comment. You gotta click down and read. I don't mind if you guys do that. But let me know, because I am looking forward to getting more sponsors. Oh, we might even find out right now after this race. We are winning, and we've done all 3 of these challenges on the side now. So, losing grip a little bit right there. Oh, we're going third place. Let's get back into first place. Right there with the rain. Is it me though? Is it me, or does the rain not really make too much of a difference? but it does add a lot to an environment, which is, I really like the way they did the rain. As far as graphics, again, they're not heavy, but the environmental detail with the weather, so beautiful, so beautiful. I love what they did with the environment itself. And just a little bit of dirt here. If I had a better setup, if I had a better PC, because I'm playing this on PC, even though I'm playing it with a controller, I do feel I could take full advantage of the looks and everything. But I do have to kind of tune down the graphics just because I have a dated setup. Eventually, in the future, I will upgrade, but not today, not tomorrow, but eventually I will upgrade it. I will play this game in glorious HD eventually. Right now, I'm playing with a not so dated 1660, but a very much dated 4790K, which now the AMD, not AMD, but Intel is in the 10 series now, and this is a 4 series. So yeah, that tells you just how long I've had this computer. Yeah, quite a while. One easy peasy, quick and cheesy right there. So yeah, the car itself handles really good. I recommend it. If you want to buy this car, I do recommend it. I do very much recommend it. Barbarian right there. I think called myself Berserker earlier. It is Barbarian. Just forgetting. I feel like I've been playing this chapter for quite a while, and it is a pretty long chapter. There's a lot of gameplay involved with this game. Okay, let's see if anything's gonna happen. That was the end of that chapter. Let's see what happens. Any commentary? No commentary. No commentary. All right. So that was the end of that chapter right there. Make sure to subscribe to be notified when the next chapter is out. I do videos every Tuesday and Thursday if you so happen to be new to the channel. I will be doing a lot more Dirt 5. Make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/Vekizzy. Again, if you want to see a lot of my time trial stuff. I'm trying to get top 10 times on every class right now. So thank you so much for watching. That's enough talking for me. Hit the like button if you like what you saw. Leave any comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and as always, have a good one.